Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Tuesday morning and we came out to the, it's called the Sapan Sarasin Bridge. It's called the Bridge of Love, and there's a real interesting story behind it, kind of sad. But this is the bridge that links Phuket to Phang Nga. It was built, I think it was finished in 1967. And they've since built another bridge next to it because they couldn't get the boats underneath it. But really beautiful view from here. I'll turn the camera around so you can see. And now this side will be Phuket, and that side will be Phang Nga. And you got all the fishing boats out there. But the story goes, back in the early 70s. Here in a town right there called Tha Chatchai or something. I'll put the name in there so you can see what the name of the city is. It's hard for me to pronounce. But there was a young girl that from the village over there, and every day she'd come out here and catch the songtail to take her to the university. And she was studying to be a teacher. And she came from a very well-to-do family, and they had got her into the teaching university, and the father had, you know, pretty much set his sights on his daughter being, you know, a teacher, marrying somebody, and influential and to a very high standard. Well, every day she'd come out and she'd catch the same songtail every day to take her to school, and there was a young guy that drove the songtail, and this went on for quite some time, and finally, you know, they developed a relationship, and went on for quite some time, and finally the young man went to the girl's father and wanted to marry her. And the father flatly refused, and to him the boy wasn't up to the standards of his liking and couldn't provide a dowry, you know, to enhance the family, and he basically forbid the girl to ever see him again. Well, this didn't sit well with either one of them, and they really didn't stick to it. They kept seeing each other. And the community, you know, he was just a poor songtail driver, you know, living in the same village that she was, and she came from a very well-to-do family. But this carried on for a while, and they'd sneak out and meet and carry on. And this went on for quite some time. And finally, she got out of teaching school and became a very successful teacher. And still, there, you know, even people in the community were trying to influence her father to let them go ahead and get married, because, you know, it was just evident that they were so much in love, and they had stayed together and endured quite a bit just to keep the relationship going. But the father wouldn't budge, and she'd sneak out to see him, and when she'd come back, she'd get a beating and be confined to the house. And her father a couple times tried to set her up with marriages to people that he approved of, that could, you know, bring up the standard of the family. And she just wouldn't go for it. She was in love with this guy, and this is the guy that she wanted. And he was the same way. He stuck to his guns, and they kept trying to convince the family, and the community did, trying to convince the father to let him marry, and they wouldn't marry. He wouldn't approve of it. He wouldn't have any part of it. And she got tired, I guess, of you know, sneaking out to see him, and then coming back to you know, to the father, who was just, they say he was really, really strict and just very overbearing. But finally, in 1973, they just pretty much had enough. And this was kind of the halfway point for where he would pick her up and take her to school. And it was kind of this bridge was a kind of a thing for him that meant something. So they agreed to meet out here. And there's some of the articles that I've read say 1973, others say 1975. I'm leaning more towards 1973, February. They made a pact to meet out here, and they did. And they had brought rope, tie cloth to tie themselves together in a big rock. And basically they consummated their marriage right here on the bridge by tying themselves together with the rock and jumping into the water here. And as you can see, it's pretty far down and the water's going pretty fast. And they, naturally they perished. And in their minds, they had sealed their vows by dying together and being together. And they were both found still bound together. And it just, the story has stuck for years. And Lek first told me about it. And then she looked it up and she said, we're going to be close by there. You want to see it? And I said, yeah, I'd really like to go and see. But it's right here at Saracen Bridge. And we'll walk up the steps here and get up on the outlook. Really beautiful view from up here. I will also leave links in the description to the story so you can pretty much read it in full. But what a sad, sad story. But that's Thai culture. And it's changed some over the years, but not to a point that, it hasn't totally disappeared. There's a lot of pressure for people of high standards here to marry within high standards rather than, forgetting about that and just worrying about love. That is a long way down. See, originally, they've raised this part of the bridge so the boats could get under. And then they built this bridge over to the right for the cars. We'll get up here on top and get a real nice view. Look who I found. A beautiful view. The waves are really, really strong. But that's the story. And it's really, it's a sad story when you think about it. I guess sometimes we don't know how fortunate we are that we don't have things like that to have to deal with. But not all cultures are like that. And you have to accept other people's cultures. Beautiful view. Don't jump in! I can't swim that good. Fat chance of that. Oh, this is really nice. Yeah, we'll go upstairs. Get the bird's eye view. Wow. See, a lot of people have come out and put locks on here to lock their love. We have a bridge in Chiang Mai like that as well, but I don't think anybody's jumped off of it. Really a beautiful view from up here. So far we've been lucky, no rain. Beautiful view. Well, I'm gonna head back down and find my better half. And we rode one of those 20 passenger buses to get out here. It's about 49 kilometers from where we were staying inside the old Phuket. But it wasn't a bad ride. And the driver's still waiting on us, because without him, I'm not sure how we'd get back. Yeah, their village was right there. We are just a little bit north of the airport. We saw the airport coming through. There she is. Don't jump! Oh. Well, I appreciate y'all stopping in and watching this video, and we're gonna head back to Chiang Mai Thursday, and then I'll start doing some more inside the city. And I've got some good stories to tell you that I think you'll be interested in if we make it back. I'm gonna I'll show you the bus that we ended up coming here on. It's kind of comical, but anyway, we'll see you in a little while. We'll walk back to our ride back here. Sawadee khap. We sit anywhere you want to. I don't care. You sit anywhere you want to. I'm okay. And off we go back to Phuket. Whew. Getting hot too.